I'm Dr. Angela McBrady of DoctorFlute.com, and today's flute tip is on you can't have a good high register without having a really good low register. You need to be thinking about your low register as the foundation for everything that comes above it. If your low register is thin and not filled out and rich, then your upper register is going to suffer for that. So there's some things that you can do to work on your low register, and know that that is also helping your high register. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't need to work at anything in the high register because your low register was nice and rich. You still need to be thinking about how you're playing and how your low register reaches that upper register, and even just taking the high register out all on its own. But let's just talk about the low register. So what are some things that you can do to fill it out to make it strong? Long tones, of course, down in that low register, just doing from B down to low C is a really good place to get started for building your low register. And what you're thinking about is how round and full can I make this low register? So if I'm going to do some long tones down here, I'm really thinking about not playing softly, but filling it out. Can I make that low note really round? And as I play that, I'm thinking, how should my embouchure be to make it rich and resonant and full? And I'm thinking about opening my jaw a little bit. You can see maybe my cheeks are moving because I'm letting some air go in my cheeks. I'm wanting it to be very resonant. So I want that sound to come right up here, come from behind my sinuses and fill up. So the back of my tongue is down, my roof of my mouth is arched up, and so that I have that sound coming, hopefully resonating behind the sinus cavity as if you were a singer. And then that sound can be rich and full all the way down. Now, if that is tenuous, or if you crack a lot, or if it just doesn't stay there, you know that there's probably going to be something that's affected above it, because that roundness, that fullness, that resonance can move into your upper register, which is why when you do long tones for the third octave, we actually start on middle B and we go up instead of always descending, because I can get a round full register, low, then middle, and then I'm going to do long tones going up. So I'm keeping what's full in the low and moving it to the middle. And now I'm going to take that higher. And keeping it really full. I'm not trying to play really soft. There's a time and the place for doing your long tones with a diminuendo and trying to play really softly. Right now, I'm not trying to do that, because what I'm trying to do is get my high register be rich and full and beautiful, just like my low register is. So I'm going to work from a low note to a middle note, as in those octave slurs, and then I'm going to keep that resonance all the way up. Now, if I start with a low register note that's not very good, let's say the low F, it's hard to just imagine not getting a very good tone down here, so I'm just trying to play with it a little bit and not work hard. It's not very full. So the bottom note is, if that's not full, then the next register is not full. Let me fill it out now. I can match those registers and it becomes a beautiful sound that I now can work with. And that's going to build all the way up. Now, I will say if you're going to work your long tones in your third octave, wear ear protection. Just those foamy things or the real kind that allow sound in, but just they keep out the higher harmonics so that it doesn't damage your ears. So if I'm going to work in the third octave, I usually wear those ear protection so that I don't have a problem. Same as if I'm playing piccolo. So that's what I'm going to say for filling out and strengthening and making your third octave be so much more resonant and beautiful. You have to start with a low register that's fabulous. And when you go from there, that's the foundation. It pushes up and holds up that third octave, and you can make it just as glorious as your low register. That's today's flute tip.